If you're not getting restful sleep, then that cortisol is going to keep your body from losing fat, and your body will just store it no matter what you do.
Here's the question. What's going on inside the minds of top achievers that cause them to make extraordinary breakthroughs both personally and professionally? My name is Tim Schur, and I invite you to join me as we take a deep dive into the unconscious mind and discover how to transform your biggest dreams into a reality. Welcome to the How to Be Mesmerizing podcast.
Hey guys, how you doing? It's Tim Schur, and I wanted to just kind of give you an update on some things that are going on. I just recorded a program with Christy Code Red Nickel, and Christy is amazing. She is a world-class fitness trainer, a celebrity trainer, and I met her in Nashville at Funnel Hacking Live conference, which is a big place where internet marketers get together, some of the best in the world, and figure out how we can share our message and transform the world. And so it was pretty amazing because she was keynoting there, and she was just awesome. And I ran into her in the hallway, and we connected right away, and I asked her to be on the podcast, and she said yes. And we just have hit it off, right? She's amazing, and I can't wait to share the podcast with you because we talked about some pretty cool stuff. You know, she grew up from humble beginnings and ended up, her family didn't have enough money for her to go to college. So she ended up boxing and then became like the second ranked boxer in the world for women. Pretty extraordinary. In fact, who was it? Ring Magazine said that she was the third most dangerous woman in the whole world. Right. And so, and she is just really cool. And so she's strong and tough and done all of these things, but she also has a heart of gold. And so through all the things that she accomplished, we had a heart-to-heart talk about what, you know, really is the number one way to get healthy or make more money or lose weight or, you know, and have more energy, because it's one thing it seems like we struggle with so much is how do you keep up with it all? You know, with my job as an entrepreneur, I have 10 million things going on all the time, and they're all exciting, you know, and so some of the stuff that, you know, the busy work that has to get done, that's not exciting. That's can be stressful. But I've got all these amazing opportunities. Like my problems are really great problems to have. But that's because I've had the courage and the guts to work really hard and to make choices and do things that most people wouldn't do. There's an old quote that says, you got to do what most people won't so that you can have what most people won't. And so one of the things that I struggle with is energy, especially if I'm helping my wife getting up in the morning, getting our kids to the bus at 6:15 in the morning and not going to bed till 11 or 12 at night because I'm trying to get more things accomplished. You know, at 6-7 hours of sleep every night, you know, you end up, you know, if you get 6 or 7 hours, you really need 8 or 9. And so if you're missing 2 hours a week or 2 hours a night of sleep in a 7-day period, that's 14 hours of sleep that you're missing. That's 28 hours of sleep. That's 60, that's like 54 hours of sleep that you're missing a month. I mean, that's significant, right? That's more than a 40-hour work week of sleep that you're missing every month. That's pretty brutal. And so Christy agreed. She said the number one most effective torture mechanism is sleep deprivation, and we are just exhausted. And so whenever I have anybody come into my program, my body and mind transformation program, the very first thing we do is recharge their batteries. We don't talk about counting calories or, you know, eating less sugar. We don't do any of that stuff because I find that those are symptoms. If you recharge somebody's batteries and you give them better sleep and they feel more rested and refreshed, it's just so much easier. And then I've put a lot of my stuff on programs. I call it brain software. It's like anti-software running in your mind at night while you're sleeping. Right. And it cleans up all the crap that's been put in your head from our culture, right? From food marketing companies and from the stress that we go through and from just daily living. And so being able to have this program, it doesn't require you to have any extra time. It's not any extra thing that you have to do. So it's no more work, right? It's so because we always worry, I'm not going to follow through, or I don't have a lot of time, or I don't need one more job. Those are always the worries that people have. And so this program requires no extra time. And you just listen to it while you sleep at night, but it recharges your batteries because you can eat healthy, you can exercise, you can do all these things. But if you're not getting restful sleep, then that cortisol is going to keep your body from losing fat, and your body will just store it no matter what you do. And people have had that experience before where they've been on a plateau and they can't get out, and it's because of their stress or their sleep. Because they'll be like, I walk every day. You know, I'm burning calories like crazy. and I'm eating all the right stuff and I'm not losing weight. And it's almost always because of your stress, some conflicting unconscious belief that makes it feel unsafe for you to take that weight off, or it's because you're not getting proper sleep. And so that really is, I mean, there's no real magic to it. It's just understanding that this is how your mind works and this is what you need. The trick, the magic is getting you to do it, because the hardest problem is for people that they can't get to sleep, or they wake up at like 3 in the morning and then they can't get back to sleep. And there's reasons for that. So the biggest reason is we can't turn our mind off, right? And so our mind's just going all the time, and we don't know how to turn it off and how to get more quiet, because when you lay down at night, then it's like you're letting your guards down, and then we feel more vulnerable psychologically, and then all like the worst stuff that ever happened to us starts to pop into our head, and it jacks up our adrenaline, and then all of a sudden we can't sleep at night. And so the brain software is the fastest way. I mean, I can teach you breathing techniques. I can have you do progressive relaxation. You know, I can help you reframe those bad memories that pop into mind so you feel better. But that all requires a little bit of willpower. And I don't like to rely on people's willpower, because I know that it doesn't last very long. And so then they go right back to what they were doing. So instead, I'd rather just emotionally recharge your batteries for you. And so doing that through the brain software programs is the fastest way that I know to be able to help people get results. It's literally, it's a lay and play approach, right? You just get one of my programs tonight, and you have it on your phone, you download it instantly, and you just press play and close your eyes. And that's it. That's all you have to do. And then I'll take care of everything else. I've been doing this 30 years. I know what to do for you. It's my specialty, right? And so I'll get into that subconscious mind of yours and kind of make things better for you. All you have to do is lay and play, right? So lay down and push play. So but getting that restful sleep is very important. The other thing that stops us is we're not putting boundaries in place, right? Because we have kids, or we have other things that we have to do. And so it always feels like we don't have enough time, or something's stopping us. But all that's stopping us are our own beliefs. Our beliefs are what get in the way every time. And so if you upgrade those beliefs and you start telling yourself a different story, you're going to have a better outcome. So let me give you an example of that. So I had a husband and wife couple that came in. They were business owners. They were tired. They were overweight. They had a lot of stress from running a business. And even though they were successful, it was very difficult. And so one of the beliefs that I heard very clear was we're not able to get enough sleep because we have to be at the office at 6 a.m. And I said, well, when does everybody else come in? And then they both looked at each other and got all stressed out. I could see their face flushing, and they got tight, and their breathing got upper chest and softer. And so they were like, well, most people are supposed to get there at 7, but they don't usually roll in till 7:15, 7:30. And I said, so you're getting there at 6, and they're not getting there until 7 or 7:30. And they're like, yeah. And I'm like, well, what happens then? And they're like, well, to be honest, we sit there for an hour ticked off because our people aren't showing up. And I'm like, I bet by the time they get there, you're already in a negative mood, and they feel that energy, and it starts the day off wrong. And they kind of laugh, and they're like, yeah, I guess that's true. And so I said, you own the business, right? So nobody's telling you have to be there at 6. So why do you think you have to be there at 6? And they're like, well, that's how we've always done. We've got there early. We've got things caught up. You know, we want to make sure that the early bird catches the worm. I said, yeah, well, that's how you started, but you're just sitting there for an hour stewing now. It doesn't work anymore. And no one's making you do this. Why don't you get to the office at 7, right? You can still get up at 5:30 in the morning, have your breakfast. They were getting up at 4:30 in the morning trying to exercise. Oh my gosh, they were exhausted, and they didn't want to do it because it was just too early. And I said, adjust your approach, right? You can do this. And there was so much resistance and pushback, but I'm like, I'm telling you, just get up at 5:30, have your cup of coffee, get settled, do a little bit of fitness, and then hit the office at 7. You're going to be in a better mood, and then you're going to have a better energy around your employees. You're not going to be resentful because you're there, and then 10, 15 minutes later they get there, and then you're going to be in a better mood. That is going to put them in a better mood, and things are going to go better for you. Not only will you feel better and you'll lose weight and you'll get healthier, but you'll end up being more profitable in your business. And they're like, well, I don't know, we'll see. So the next week they come in, and that's exactly what they did. And that's exactly what they experienced. They come in, they're like different people. They've been sleeping better, they're happier, they've been getting along better. I mean, can you imagine being stressed out and then going home and then, you know, being with your spouse all the time and you're stressed out? You know, that's a powder keg waiting to happen, right? So, but not for them, not anymore, because they were happier, they were getting up. They were taking their time. They were having a cup of coffee. They didn't feel rushed. They got their fitness in. They got to the office. They were in a great mood. They were treating everybody better. Everybody thought they started taking that CBT oil or smoking weed because they're so mellow now. And they're like, what are you doing? And they're like, oh, we're doing this, hypnosis program. We're listening to these CDs, because back then I was selling the CDs, right? And they're like, oh, we're doing this stuff and we just feel better. And see, so they had a new awareness. They had a new epiphany, right? That, wow, I can do it differently and I'm in charge. Right. And all we have to do is change our belief, because they had a blind spot. And then all of a sudden things started going better. They lost a bunch of weight. Their company started being more successful because morale went up, their culture improved, and it was a win-win situation. And it was something that would not have happened if I wouldn't have pushed them with that belief. If we wouldn't have broken that belief that they couldn't do it, that just because they did it this way means they have to do it, always that way. And that's not true. There's a great book that was called What Got You Here Won't Get You There, right? And it talks about how you have to keep growing and upgrading your beliefs and the way that you think in order to achieve another level of success, right? You can't just have a certain level of success without somehow having the ability to create it and grow into it and have the mindset to keep it. 8 out of 10 people that win the lottery are back to broke within 5 years, or back to where they started within 5 years, because they didn't have the emotional or financial mastery to be able to keep it. And so it's a common story. Now, there are some people that get lucky that are able to do that, and that's great. Usually they have a background or parents who can help them with that. But typically, if we haven't earned it, we don't get to keep it. And so remember, when it comes to taking care of yourself and having the energy and the bandwidth to be able to be creative and innovative and follow through and have the motivation and focus and all that good stuff, you've got to start by recharging your battery. So start there first. If you're not sure how to do that, I've got a couple programs. The Sound Sleep program is great. You can find that at indiehypnosis.com. And the Sound Sleep program is awesome. You can download it into your phone, lay and play immediately. Boom, you have it. Or we're going to be releasing, I've taken one module out of my body mind transformation program, the No More Cravings thing, because people talk so much about cravings, and a big part of cravings is fatigue and stress. And so I've brought this program out, and I'm going to be sharing the link to grab that for a really low price, so that you can have a big wow experience. So I'll be releasing that in the next couple days. I'm just today making sure that all the pieces are working. I've spent the last 3 weeks working like a maniac, trying to get all these pieces together to give you some incredible value. I've rewritten a bunch of emails and filmed a whole bunch of new 5 new video trainings on how to use the power of your mind to create your life by design. So I've been working really hard to make all this fit together for you. So lots of brand new training, and hopefully I'll be able to release that tomorrow. So you'll be able to check that out. Okay, so just remember, decide that, you know what, I can go to bed at 9 o'clock tonight. I can go to bed at 10 o'clock tonight. I can make that happen. Going to bed earlier works better. It recharges your batteries faster than sleeping in. There have been times where if I get up at 6:15 in the morning to get my son to school, and I go back to bed for an hour, I'm still tired the whole day. I was kind of like what today was like. I'm still tired, right? I'm still feeling it. So what I'll do tonight is listen to one of my own programs, or one of the programs that I've gotten from other people. I like the music and the suggestions that other people say, but their strategies are still pretty basic. It's just kind of saying nice things, pretty standard, basic suggestions you can get out of any hypnosis book. Because I've had the privilege of working with tens of thousands of clients doing one-on-one sessions, I like my stuff better. So it's kind of weird that I'm listening to my own voice, but the suggestions and the strategies and the ego strengthening techniques and the emotional cues and the music that I use and all of that together just separates it from anything else that's out there. So I know it might sound weird that but I'm not trying to plug myself. I'm just trying to give you the science behind it. If you know me, I'm very, by nature, I'm very strategic and tactical. And so I call it how it is. If I thought my stuff sucked, I would keep renewing it and making it better and better, which is usually what I do. I mean, it's very hard for me to use something unless I think it works so well, then I'll hang on to it. Some of my programs and videos have gotten such great results for so many people that even though I made them 8 years ago, I still keep them because they work so well. The other stuff, I'm constantly remaking and renewing and adding new stuff because, I just think that I can make it better now. I've got another year of learning. How do I make it better? This is what I can do. And so I'm kind of obsessed with that. So, which is good for you because you'll always be getting the best of the best of the best of what's out there. So anyway, I'm jumping off for now. I've got to check out all those pieces. I'll be back soon. I hope you like all the posting, all the videos, everything we've been sharing. That's been pretty amazing. So Nora's been helping me with that. She's my rock star. She's been helping with, she's my VP of my social media and all the public relations stuff. And she's just outstanding. And she's been really helping me with a lot of great stuff. So so thank you to Nora for that. Yay. All right. So anyway, thanks so much for watching this video. I appreciate it. I know you've got a lot going on in your life, and every time you pause to hang out and watch one of these videos with me, or to give me a thumbs up, or to share it, you know, that means a lot. So thank you for that. I really appreciate it. That makes me want to keep doing it. So, all right, we'll talk soon. You have a great day. Make it a sure success, and we'll see you next time. All right. Bye.
Hey, would you like more free tips on how to be a mesmerizing leader? Then check out mesmerizingleadership.com, and also hang out with me on Facebook, facebook.com/Tim Scher. Thanks so much, and make your day a sure success.